The unthinkable becomes the unspeakable, is what happens when a baby dies. What to say and how to support. Hi, my name is Jo McRogers and I'm a stillbirth doula and a therapist. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel and please turn on the notifications bell to join our Grievolution community, where our goal is to do grief differently. This is my last video in October for the month of Pregnancy and Early Infant Loss Awareness Month. In this video, I will share what I have learned from thousands of hours sitting and supporting women and men and families who have experienced this devastating loss. I will share what these grieving families need to hear and why they need to hear it. Watch to the end, where I explain how you can support the people that you care about that have lost a baby. Please know that the number one guiding rule is do not avoid them and do not avoid acknowledging the death. Avoiding and distracting are common methods that we all use when we feel like we want to support somebody but aren't too sure how to support them. However, what does happen with distractions and avoidance is that it then carries the underlying message to minimize and cover up the grief that they are experiencing from the death of their baby. It makes people feel as though we, the supporters, are not able to expose ourselves to their pain, and it reinforces the silence in silent loss. Next comes the crucial sensitivity as to know when to talk and when to listen. Parents who have recently lost a baby will naturally vacillate between needing silence and isolation, and then the need to also talk about the baby, speak the baby's name, describe the birth, maybe describe the medical procedure, and perhaps to talk about the agony that they are feeling. It's important to be able to follow their lead, whether it's a time to talk or a time to be silent. The tricky part is that they also need to always be able to feel safe to speak or be silent, to know that you'll be there for either the silence or for the raging snotty nose moments. It is tempting to feel that what a family needs is space and that they will reach out when they are ready. And this is, again, a normal, natural response as to how to support someone in such a tragedy. But what happens then is that the family then experiences that again as, oh, people aren't able to be here with us. People aren't able to talk about this. They often end up feeling isolated in the silence and then feel as though, again, the message is, let's just not talk about this. It's too painful. Everyone grieves differently, and why this is important is that the family as a whole needs to be supported, and individuals also need to be supported. Some people might need silence, some people might need to talk, some might need the distractions. One way of grieving is no more or less valid than the other. And while you may not understand the appearance of the grief in certain people, what that grieving individual needs to feel is that their way of grieving is being respected. Although the family has now experienced a loss, it is important to not overlook the fact that the birthing parent has also experienced a very physical process of a miscarriage or of a birth, of a stillbirth, and her heart and soul and body needs the same type of nurturing that would be present if their baby were still alive. One of the statements that I hear so frequently is the fact that leaving the hospital with empty arms after either a stillbirth or a medical intervention, being discharged from the neonatal intensive care unit, their arms are aching, their womb is empty, they may be producing milk and lactating. All of this is happening while they're undergoing a huge hormonal shift, and there is no significant justification for all the changes that are happening in their body because there is no baby. So please don't overlook attending to the physicality that the birthing parent is experiencing as well. Please don't overlook the fact that there are physical needs as well as, of course, massive emotional needs. After the loss of their baby, parents can find it very difficult to be around pregnant women, babies, families, or children. And while this isn't the case for everyone, jealousy and resentment and anger and sadness are really common emotions for grieving parents to feel, especially in response to other people's pregnancy happinesses. Pregnancy and birth announcements are huge triggers. So please let families who are grieving know individually and ahead of time of your pregnancy announcement. Please let them know that if they aren't able to send excited congratulations for your happy moments, that you understand and that you know that they still care and support you in their hearts, and that you also intend to care and support them in your heart. Acknowledge that it just might not be the right time for you to be in each other's presence. Know that a parent may agree to attend a baby shower, and then on the day of the baby shower, they may realize that it is absolutely the wrong place and this was a bad idea. So offer support to that person, that if they need to leave, that you understand and that you thank them still for supporting you in their hearts, and that you wish to support them. Please also leave the future alone. Speaking about anything about getting pregnant again, having another baby, you've got other children to care for. This is a conversation that many parents are not wanting to engage in those early moments. What most parents need to engage in is the grief that they are currently experiencing for that exact child. Please do not try to offer encouragement, to offer any sort of conclusions about this loss. And please do not let them know that they are strong and that this will all be okay. Please just try to match the emotional experience of the immediate grief and the loss. Offer validation and let them know that you see their grief. Their grief is real. Their grief is not yours to draw any conclusions about. Heaven needing another angel, or it just wasn't meant to be. Those are not helpful statements. If you have experienced the loss of a baby through any of the means of loss, please comment below to teach me, to teach all of us, what was the most helpful offering of support in your grief. So I know that I'm asking a lot of you as a supporter. It is important first to separate out the grief that you might be experiencing from this loss, so that you can then offer out clear, firm support to those closest to the loss. And know that much of what I'm asking you to do is counterintuitive, because as supporters, what we most want is for our person to stop hurting so much. So in exchange for this ask, I'm going to offer some go-to phrases that I have learned are very supportive. Use the number one guiding principle of not avoiding. Use the number two principle of validation, and the third principle of just being there in the murky depths of maybe not knowing how to support or what to do. Just be there. So statements such as the following are ones that seem to be most appreciated by grieving parents. You will need to find your own words and your own rhythms with them so it sounds authentic and genuine. But these are the types of messages that I'm asking you as supporters to deliver to grieving families. So, I can't begin to know what you're experiencing, but know that I will be with you through it all. There are no words of comfort, so I offer my hugs and my heart. I will walk your dog every day until you tell me to stop walking the dog. Can you tell me the baby's name? Can you tell me why you chose that name? I'd like to hear about the baby when you're ready to tell me. This creates an opportunity to then ask if the baby had hair, or if they came home with handprints and footprints from the hospital. Are there pictures that they are comfortable to share with you? Let them know that why you're asking is that you would like to honor their baby and use the baby's name. Please know that I will sit in silence with you, and I will never tire of you telling me how very sad you are. Please know that this grief will stay with you in some shape or form forever, and I am ready to support you through it all. Can I draw you a bath for you to sit and soak? Can I watch your kids while you go have a long and luxurious shower? Know that I am going to text you every 4 days, and you do not need to respond except for the days that you might choose to respond. There is no obligation. Let them know. Dinner will be on your doorstep in 10 minutes. I'll ring the bell and answer if you wish. And if you don't wish, just know that my love is in the food. Perhaps ask if the parents would wish for things to be put away before they come home from the hospital with empty arms, or ask if they just want some company or someone to bear witness and support while they then do choose to put things away or to not put things away, to leave things out, to sort clothes, to put away onesies. One of the things that grieving parents are often told is that they are so strong. But every parent that I have sat with does not necessarily feel strong, and it's important to not set them up to aspire to something that doesn't feel like their own current experience. Most parents that I've sat with tell me when they are told, oh, you're so strong, their response is, well, what choice do I have? This isn't strength, this is survival. One of the things that is important, because it comes from every parent's wish, is that their baby will not be forgotten. So put in your calendar every year to remember the baby's due date, to remember the date of the baby's death, to remember the day of the miscarriage, and let the person that you care about know that you're thinking of them on that day, and that you understand that this could be a really challenging event. Mother's Day and Father's Day, family reunions, family photos, the day the baby would have started school. These can all be such heavy days on people's hearts. The grief may not necessarily be apparent in the moment, but trust me, I know it is very heavy and apparent in the parents' hearts. Please let them know that you remember their child at any opportunity. Supporting someone who has lost a baby is a tender and sensitive and heartfelt task. I know I've only been able to touch on several aspects of it today in this video. If you have further questions that you would like me to explore, again, please leave it in the comment section below so that we can expand all of our knowledge. Please share this video widely, like it with the thumbs up down below so that more grieving hearts out there will receive more heartfelt, authentic, loving support, and more loving supporters will feel confident in their ability to support. If you wish to watch the other videos that I made during this month, the link to the playlist will follow at the end of this video. If you are someone who is supporting a griever, then I send to you kind thoughts, kind words, and a kind heart in your journey of support. Please also take care of yourself. Thank you for watching this video today, and I will see you next time.